till Jeff blows the shofar. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
She never listens.
Bruchim Habaim, welcome back. It's good to be with you all again as we continue to move through our Yom Kippur day. And by now, grown-ups, you're probably feeling a little bit hungry. Those of you who enjoy caffeine in the morning usually might have a wee bit of a headache. And kids, if you have tried to skip a snack, or maybe you've skipped lunch dessert today, you might also be feeling a little hungry, or just the difference of this day. And so I invite you to continue to just relax and take it easy as we continue to move through Yom Kippur, take care of one another. And also don't forget that while Inui that we talk about on Yom Kippur is about atoning and the sort of level of suffering on one level, we also shouldn't hurt ourselves. And so if we need to take some medicine, if we need to take a drink of water, that's okay too. So just make sure you take care of yourselves as we continue to move through this day. We move into our service with a piece of a psalm, Psalm 27, which is a psalm that we recite during the month of Elul. This is the month that leads into Tishrei, when we celebrate the new year, when we celebrate Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And we express in Psalm 27 our desire to dwell in God's house forever, as this represents safety and protection. Some of us, I imagine, might be a little bit tired of our own homes by now, having spent much more time there over the last 6 months than we might have imagined and than we might have planned. But we can also take a moment as we move into our service today to express our immense gratitude for having a safe space with people we love, to keep us warm, to keep us dry, to keep us healthy until we can all be back together again. So if you know the melody, I invite you to sing with me. Achat sha'alti meit Adonai ota avakesh. Achat sha'alti meit Adonai ota avakesh. Shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei hayai lachazot benoam Adonai ulevaker behechalo lachazot benoam Adonai ulevaker behechalo. In a moment, Cantor Benjamin will lead us in the words of Hamelech, in which we emphasize the idea that God is king or ruler. The Talmud teaches that rather than think about God as a harsh ruler, we should experience this prayer as God welcoming us into God's kingdom, as God welcoming us into God's castle. So when I think about these words, it reminds me of the scene from Frozen 1, when finally they opened up the gates. After so long being stuck inside, after so long of the people being kept out, the gates were open. And we are invited inside God's holy palace. As we're invited in, God surrounds us, shielding us and protecting us. We ask God to be our shomer, our protector. And in so doing, we also give a bit of ourselves over into God's hands. Crowning God in this prayer is an act of acknowledging that we don't have complete control in the world, as much as we try to keep things in order and neat and clean, ultimately, we don't have control of everything. We accept that there's something bigger than ourselves, that there's something even more powerful.
המלך היושב על כיסא רם ונישא שוכן עד מרום וקדוש שמו וכתוב רננו צקירים באדוני לישרים נפת תפילה ברכות והודאות מעתה ועד עולם ברוך אתה אדוני אל מלך גדול בתשבחות על ההודעות אדון הנפלאות הבוחר בשירי זמרה מלך מלכי העולמים.
We move into the next part of our service with Chatzi Kaddish. And as we move through our service today, you'll notice that some of the words are going to be familiar, but some of the melodies will likely be different. Because there's certain melodies that are reserved just for this time of year. So I invite you to follow along, see if you can find the words as I sing them, and try the melody, sing along. It comes up over and over again, so if you are musical, you might start to pick it up. And if you want to learn these over the year, I would be thrilled to teach you any and all of it. So just come talk to me, and I'd be happy to work with you throughout the year. Continue with Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich machutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei decho beit Yisrael v'galav v'zman karim v'imru amen Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei omaya Yibarach, Yibarach, V'yishtabach, Yipar v'yirma v'yinaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev, Yitalal shemir kudasha, Brichu, Le'ela, Le'ela, Mikol berchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechamata, Damiram v'yalma v'imru. Amen. Continue with the Baruch, our call to worship. I invite you to rise if you're comfortable and able to do so as you respond to this call. Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Yotzer Or Uvorei Choshech Oseh Shalom, Uvorei et HaKol.